Back again, the Faison podcast, episode 331. Episode 331. All right, let's get into it, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe at Color Power. Make sure you go get yours, man. As you see, they're running out. Hey, thank you guys for all your love and support for the podcast. For also, We Are Game Shift, my brother HUGH, and also, everything I'm doing. All right, so let's get to it, brother. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm alright. I'm waiting. I need tomorrow to come on and just keep making us go back to work for no reason.
Oh, trust me, I feel you. I was feeling like that today.
I was playing my PlayStation all day over here.
I
brought it to work literally just to do that.
I was chilling.
Nothing else to do.
And Mo gonna be mad at me, but I definitely started the Spiderman movie for real. I ain't finished it, but I wanted to do it for the podcast because we were ranking the Spiderman movies. So
see it?
You said what?
Where'd you watch it?
I can't, we don't know. I can't. can't.
Oh,
it wasn't no theater, you know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. You know that story for real. So, man, our topics today is definitely going to be best Spider-Man movies as well. But we got a lot on the agenda, man. A lot happened this week, for real. We didn't get to talk about the sonic boom heard around the DMV area. We didn't get to talk about that. Got a funny story around that.
I'm not gonna lie, Mo. This is one of those movies you can't be either way. Like, I'm sorry. I would probably watch without you too. This is one of the joints you can't be in the way. Like,
because I've been trying to wait for Mo.
This is one of the movies you can't like.
And it's funny.
You can't be in the way.
Because I've been trying to wait for Mo, and she's like, "All right, I ain't want to watch it." How many times? It's been twice, right? And you was just like, "I don't want to watch it."
You can't do that with this.
And I don't know, like I don't know if I didn't finish the movie. I know that for certain, but where it was going, because just the time I had, I was moving around in the school, like, so it's like really the last week. So when I get to it, I'm gonna definitely finish it. It was a good movie. I like that.
Little Mermaid, Fast X.
Little Mermaid, we went to go see that. That Little Mermaid was a good one.
Transformers, I heard just came out.
My parents said that was a good one.
I think Flashpoint Paradox comes out this weekend.
I ain't been Transformers like Stan since Shia LaBeouf, but we gonna see that franchise. It's like that franchise kind of remind me of like Fast and Furious, which they make good movies, but it's like the true essence of it is kind of lost.
They said this one I think it's a black guy that's doing it. It's not Michael Bay.
Oh, for real?
That's different. Yeah.
Oh, so that is different. So, hey, we're going to talk about it as well when we get to that. All right, but our agenda, man, like we just said, we're going to talk about the East Coast, dealing with all this smoke from Canada. All right, the wildfires. We're going to discuss that, how that affected the air pollution, and also talk about in the DMV area the scary jet crash that was heard. All right, when heard a sonic boom, we didn't know what it was at the time. All right, then moving on, man. Police body cam footage records UFO landing in Vegas backyard, and also followed by local residents reporting this incident. So you already know, if you follow us, how I feel about the UFOs. All right. And also, secondly, man, a very huge accomplishment of mine, and also Mo's, she's over here as well, but an engagement, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into depth about that conversation as well. All right. And what I really want to do, all right, rank the best Spider-Man movies, because I'm interested to see your take on that and my take on that as well. So, and also the viewers. And lastly, since we're talking about Spider-Man, would you rather be stuck in a room with 100 spiders or 100 bees? All right. It's a tough one. That's a tough one. All right, that's a tough one. All right, so let's get right into it. Let's get into the convo, man. Well, first and foremost, shout out to the Denver Nuggets, bro.
Shout out to Denver, which I knew they'd do it in 5.
We did talk about that on the pod.
Yes, and listen. I don't want to be a hater. I'm just glad that the Jimmy Butler train is over, because there was a lot. Like, he had one good series, and then,
it was calling him MJ.
They called him MJ. They said he was harder to guard than KD and LeBron.
Yeah, he was. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Team to the finals ever.
Crazy.
I was like, what?
And I ain't gonna lie.
Someone said he was better than AI.
If he won this finals, bro, a lot of those conversations could have come. You know what I'm saying? He didn't accomplish it yet, but a lot of the conversations was way too ahead of the time.
When you look at how he played the first series and then all the other series, even the final series, I was like, he's not playing very well.
Right, he like efficiency wise. You're right. You did point that out. He really wasn't.
And then they said he was better. Someone said he was better than AI. I said, all right, I'm sick of this. Like, this guy needs to lose tomorrow, because I'm sorry y'all doing it.
They taking it too far.
Like, I'm sorry. Someone said if he wins the ring, he'll be a better player in the last 10 years than James Harden. I said, all right, enough is enough.
Correct.
Like this is insane. Now they do it for everybody, because they just said Joker is a top 5 center.
And that's the combo I want to get to, because yes, it might be too soon, but he's on his way. Joker, and respect the Joker because we did say they're a good team. They had the best team for real, if you want to be honest, especially throughout the whole playoffs. But respectively, and I would say for me personally, I don't know about Hugh, a Joker, he really proved a lot of people wrong. Yeah. Even the 2 MVPs, understandably, he is a great player. He could have won a third straight this past year. But like just because Denver is not like really of a national televised or like, you know, we don't really see them as much, we don't really understand how great he was. In this playoffs, bro, he really showed that. Him and Jamal Murray, shout out to Jamal Murray, shout out to Jeff Green, PG County native. Got his ring, man. Shout out to that whole team. Aaron Gordon, he deserved it. KCP, this is his second ring. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Brown, even Christian Brown. They had a lot of key players. They were just hooping, bro. They were hooping.
Yeah,
they were.
I think
hooping.
I would be fine with the Joker top 5 center thing.
I would be fine.
I didn't see the list of him being ahead of Shaq. I said, all right.
Yeah, that's blasphemous. I would say if I was to give a list, bro, my personal list, I know it's soon in regards to Joker, but when he's accomplished a lot in a little bit of time, Kareem has definitely got to be number 1. Kareem is number 1 by far.
But I get it.
I would say Kareem. Shaq is number 2 for me. Number 3 is debatable, but I would say between Hakeem and Bill Russell. Because Bill was a small. Yeah, because Bill was a small. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he was considered as a center. You could say Wilt. You could throw Wilt in there. And I think Joker is making a tough conversation now. Because you know the ones David Robinson and Patrick Ewing, those are greats too. David Robinson, he's up there as well too. But what Joker is doing, he can play longer, bro. Like longevity wise, he can play. He can play in the NBA if he wanted to 10 years.
That dude dapped up every single Heat player after. You know?
The facts.
It's hard to tell whether or not he's excited or not, like about this moment. Cause all he really wants to do is go home.
Go back to Serbia for sure. And he
don't even want to do the parade.
And that's why I think.
I hope he does. Cause it's like, listen, man. You know, part of this is the fans. You know, I hope he can put it off a little longer.
For sure, I think he will. Yeah. And he's humble. That's why I feel like a lot of people taking a liking to him now. Is really seeing how humble he is, how graceful he is with the game. Like we always say, he's like a bigger Luka, and he moves at his own pace.
Yeah, he's a class act, man.
Averaging 30.
Every time I watch him shoot,
14
it
to
just
7.
seems like the ball. It looks like a ridiculous shot, and then it goes in. I'd be like, how did he be running to the hoop awkwardly and throw it? I'd be like, there's no way. I'd be like, what? Like the way he threw it, I'd be thinking the ball about to like rattle off the rim and go flying the other way. I'd be like, there's no way. I'm like, what? How is he doing this?
And to be fair, what can potentially make him better than all the centers that we name is because he can stretch the floor. We never really seen a center stretch the floor in that type of way. I would say Anthony Davis too, but he's kind of like a hybrid. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was like, how is he doing that? Like, and his vision is crazy. I don't know how he be finding a guy so quick. As soon as he touched the ball, he found a guy. I'm like, what? Yeah. Like, how do you know? How do you just see somebody that fast?
And he's more effective with passing. Yeah. So, shout out to them. Just wanted to add that in there. That's not part of the agenda, but shout out to them, champions. So, let's get into this, man. All right, the East Coast. All right, after the Canada wildfires, we've never experienced anything like this. Nope. The air pollution was terrible. It looked like it was saturated outside. Don't you know how you...
Like Mars,
it looked crazy. It's just an orange tint outside. New York got hit the worst, but we all did on the East Coast. Were affected by this. Like, bro, before that happened, I never looked at the weather to look at like air pollution.
Somebody sent it to me. That's why.
That was crazy. Yeah. Mo was just like, she was telling me that it's supposed to be around like 50 to 75. It was at like 500. That's terrible for oxygen and us breathing.
Shout out to my man Gary. You know Gary.
Yeah,
Mack.
Of course.
Gary was he was trying to get his workout in because Gary fights, and he was out there jogging. And I guess he thought it wasn't that bad. He went out there. He said he did a mile in. He started coughing, spitting.
Yeah.
I was like, Gary thought it was sweet.
Crazy, bro.
I was like, dang. Because Gary run like 3 miles. Like, he said he got a mile in, and he was like, oh, wait a minute. Like, hold on, wait. I was like, yeah. Like, it's crazy out here.
And then in a sense, bro, like us being on the East Coast, like we always talk about on the pod, we don't really experience national disasters or certain things in that type of magnitude. And, you know, like California, the West Coast, and those areas, they experience this all the time and surrounding states. But this, like, I don't know what the world is what is going on in the world, because another thing happened previous to that. The DMV, man, I thought, bro, I had to call y'all because I thought we was getting bombed. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was scared.
My peoples, we thought each one of us thought somebody had dropped something in the house.
Oh, okay.
Because every one of us got them. We said, "What was that?" Like, "Whoa, what you dropped?" Like, well, I thought my dad dropped something. My dad thought we dropped something upstairs. I thought somebody dropped something, and my mother was like, "Was it an earthquake?" I was like, "Nah, it couldn't have been an earthquake, because then we would have felt, it would have hit us again." I was like, "Nah." We went outside. We heard a jet, me and my dad, but we still weren't really sure. Like, you know. So then, when I looked at my chat and saw my other group chat talking about, I was like, "Oh, y'all felt." So it wasn't just y'all. When you guys called, I was like, "Oh, snap!" So everybody felt this.
That spooked me, and it's crazy because I didn't feel it. I was in DC. Remember, I was calling you. I was in DC, but Mo had texted me. She was just like, "Yo, did you hear that?" Da da da, and sending all the information. She said she got under the table and stuff like that. She was like, "It's happening around the DMV." I'm like, "Bro, I'm in DC, bro. What? if something happened, I'm in the backyard, and it can all go left from here, bro." Like,
I didn't know what that was, but they said, I don't know, they said it was like a sonic boom, a jet, a guy, I guess he was unconscious and he crashed.
Correct.
I'm tired of news outlets trying to be first and not right.
Right.
But yeah, man, that was crazy. Does that the guy live?
And I don't think so, bro. They yeah, supposedly all died.
It was what?
The plane disintegrated.
Disintegrate, yep.
How many people were on the plane?
It was yeah. And I didn't even know that. I didn't even know.
Why was dude unconscious?
That's.
The oxygen in the plane went away.
What?
And supposedly, because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what to believe in this day and age no more, because it was on high alert because the jet flew past and over the White House.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
So if something was to really happen, it would have been doomsday.
Well, I don't think.
The flight attendants were beside it. That's how they knew he was unconscious.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And they was following.
I don't think an enemy jet gets this far into U.S.
Well,
territory.
I don't know. Because I'm not trying to say it like that, because we just had a situation to where we had some spy balloons up in the air that
out the sky. Yeah, that's a little more subtle. Like a whole jet, like I can see
correct. That's true. That's true too.
But yeah, like, man, that's crazy. Shout out, man.
And prayers to everybody and condolences that was involved in. I didn't know that either. I wasn't aware of that.
It's just unfortunate.
And that's scary to think about, bro. Like that, that can happen, and a boom hits to the DC, to the Maryland and Virginia areas. That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I don't know what that was. I thought somebody. I promise you, it sounded like somebody just dropped something heavy in your career. That's how it sounded. So all of us thought that's what it was.
Yeah, that was.
I saw everyone else talking about. I was like, oh wait. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. So everybody experienced this.
Mm-hmm. That was spooky. I
do that whenever my power goes out. I'd be like, anyone got who else power?
Yeah, for real, because you got to check the temperature of everybody, and
make sure it's not just your house.
Speaking of like different events, bro, like this was going viral. Police body cam footage records UFO landing in Vegas backyard, followed by local residents calling the police saying it was an 8-foot, 9-foot creature with big eyes in their backyard. Like,
I watched that video at least 5 times. I promise.
And it's crazy because every time we see something, regarding like aliens or UFOs, the picture never comes out correctly.
Tried to look for it. They said it. I was like, I looked 5 times. I was like,
to be fair, bro, I believe you. I believe it. I've always believed it, because I would think we would be naive to think that we're the only creatures and species on this planet. You have to, and because what we say all the time is the ocean is the most scariest place. We don't know what's down there. Yeah. And you see all these different creatures, and man, it's scary, bro.
I have a hard time believing that intelligent life forms thought the best thing to do was hide inside of a.
It was a tractor.
Yeah, I don't think 8-foot, 9-foot intelligent beings would think to hide there.
I mean, but I don't know.
I wholeheartedly watched the video
Me too.
Because the way the headline made it seem like, they like you look like
right, like
this
you
is
can
proof,
visual.
like we saw it, it's there, they're back there. So I watched the video, I'm like, rewinded. I was like, why
zoomed in and everything.
Why y'all put this headline here? Like, y'all had me thinking I was actually gonna finally see something. I was like, what up?
Yeah, zoomed in and everything. I did not see anything either, but like for sure, it just, when certain events start happening, I get worried for real, because it's speculations. You have conspiracy theories. You have all these things, but when you look into nature and things that, like, you see the 12,000 fish in Texas, it's a lot of things that in regards to like creatures, in regards to like species and things around us, like nature's, when you see birds flying, it's a lot of alarming things happening that I don't turn a blind eye to, bro. I do not turn a blind eye to. That's why even to the UFO stuff, I still just be like, bro, anything can happen. Anything can happen, bro. That sonic boom shook me. Yeah. So like, and it's been a sequence of events since then. Like, and I'm not. Don't get me wrong, but like even with the wildfires, like a lot of people were saying like, how did it get to here to there? You know,
yeah, people haven't looked at the map. They don't realize how close
right. I was about to say it's very close to New York. Like if you go to upstate New York, you're probably about like 30, 45 minutes from Canada. So it's just really the wind front coming down the East Coast for real.
4 hours for what? That's not a hard trip.
Mm-hmm.
Before we move on to better news, prayers to everyone injured in that mass shooting in Denver after the game. That's crazy.
Crap.
People can't even like
celebrate, have fun.
You know, I said 10 people got injured. I haven't heard anything that said anybody died. So
thankfully
for that. Prayers to everybody whoever was involved in that the situation over in Philly where that truck blew up. And that overpass fell.
Oh, that's another thing, Hugh.
Hopefully that's all right.
Didn't even think about that. And that affects so many people. That's I-95, bro. And to speak about everything being connected, like you saying, New York, 4 hours from us, that's I-95 is what you go, you know what I'm saying? That's towards Maryland. And I-95 goes all the way from, I think, all the way to the bottom of the East Coast or maybe even south to all the way up north. So, yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy news. But on to, like you said, better news in regards to
you,
to me, per se. All right, engagement, man. This past weekend, man. Shout out to everybody that helped me. Shout out to all my friends, my family, up until this point, because it's nothing but a blessing. And shout out to my partner, my lovely partner. She's on to the right, Mo. You know. It's really a blessing when you find your soulmate, and my friends, especially my family, know the things that I've gone throughout my life, but actually to found somebody that's grounded, somebody that's good, that's compassionate, that's really we meet eye to eye on everything, and also we built a relationship from 10 years, so it's not like a thing that we just met each other and just decided this. So it's much of a blessing. And also I'll be posting all those things soon in regards to the video, in regards to the engagement and stuff. So I'm just happy, bro. I'm really just happy. I'm ecstatic. And it's funny because Hugh joked with me, and we always joke and stuff like who's getting married first, who would have children, things of that nature. And, I was way off. Because in hindsight, like looking back on it, I didn't think I was going to be, one of the first ones to get married.
Listen, everyone knows I'm the honest friend. I didn't pick him.
For sure. We picked our other friend for real.
I didn't. To be honest, I didn't know who out of all of my friends. Mm-hmm. I know my friends very well. I didn't know. I was worried about all of y'all for a minute. I think this might be the catalyst that sparks everything. Cause all of you guys are girlfriends now, so I think this might be the thing that I don't know. But I didn't know who to pick. I was like, I used to pray. I was like, man, Lord, help my friends. I don't know what they're gonna do. Mm-hmm. And their lady troubles. I don't know who was going to do what. I didn't pick, but I didn't have LEEK going first. So shout out to him.
Yeah,
and
bro.
Not only that, he was first to do both things. So
for sure,
I didn't have him pick to go get married first. So shout out to you, Mo.
Facts.
Great job.
Absolutely.
I didn't know what to think. But,
absolutely.
All jokes aside, shout out to both of you guys. It's a crazy season right now. Watching this unfold makes me realize that I'm of that age. Mm-hmm. And all I can really say is, make sure you put God in your marriage first. Mm-hmm. Before everything, make sure your relationship with God is more important than your relationship with her, than your relationship with him. Mm-hmm. Because when you take care of this takes care of each other.
Correct.
You can't do one without the other. And a lot of people lose that. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know to get counseled before they get married. To talk about certain things, but they don't know that if you put God above it all, then your marriage will be sustained. So that's what my parents done. This year they'll be together 41 years. They're married for
blessings.
They're high school sweethearts. And it's all through the grace of God. So definitely be honest with each other. Be transparent and don't feel like that you have to do certain things that other couples do to feel like that you're not still in love. Like my parents, like people at my church get on my parents. They think that there's something wrong because they don't sit together at church. Like that's just not who they are.
Right.
And maybe it's from being together 41 years, but my parents are very much in love with each other. Like, they don't need to do that to prove that. They're not super affectionate, at least not in front of us. But they talk every day, like every day. I can't think of a time throughout the day. Like at some point they're not sitting and talking with each other about something. So, yeah, man. But just keep God first. I know I'm not a marriage expert, but I've had great examples in front of me. So
yes, absolutely.
But, yeah, keep God first always, and just love and cherish each other. Love and cherish each other at first. And my advice to Mo would be that I think people get so caught up in what submission means and letting your man lead, and so a lot of times everyone wants to be in charge of their household, but they don't realize who God holds accountable. And that's the man. And that's one of the reasons why my dad always trips out about letting me and my sister do certain things, because when Judgment Day comes, it ain't gonna be my mother that pays for it. It will be him. So it's like, sometimes women don't think of it in that way. At least people who aren't saved don't think of it like that. It's like, at the end of the day, I'm not excused, but God is going to blame my husband, for how our household is going and how our household is ran, how our children are raised. And so it is my job to let him be the head, but I have to be the neck. And that doesn't make you lesser, because the head can't turn without the neck.
That's real talk.
Like the head can't do anything without the neck. The head can't be held up without the neck. So the neck is very, very,
correct,
very important. He can't make decisions without you, and he won't make decisions without you. But I think it's important to know that, to let him be the head, because that's what God wants, and that God has instilled it in him to be the head. It does not make you lesser. I think today's women they view it as being lesser than, and it's not lesser than, because you need each other.
Facts. It's a partnership.
The reason it works is because God has given certain things to one and the other, so that it works complementary. And so when one person tries to do what the other is trying to do, then it doesn't work, because you're not trying to do what you're supposed to do, and you're not letting him do what he needs to do, and vice versa. He's got to allow you to do what you've been called to do. So, shout out to you guys. I can't wait for the wedding.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you don't do the whole it's gonna take 2 years thing.
Nope, absolutely. We looking into that very soon. Next summer.
I make the joke always. I don't care what kind of wedding my wife wants, because the father of the bride pays for it. Like, baby, you can have whatever wedding you want. I know it ain't coming out of my pockets.
Absolutely.
Whatever wedding you want to have, you can have it.
And powerful word, bro. And thank you too as well. I'm grateful for you as a friend, for real. As a brother, more than that. And really, like you said, bro, keep God first and continue to move through God within our relationship, because that's what's going to empower us to be better. And we have, like you just said, we have great examples. Mo's parents been married 20 plus years. My parents, your parents. So it's a blessing.
Because your marriage will be tested. There will come a time. It will get rocky. It will get shaky.
For sure.
There will be moments where you feel like you want to tap out. And there's nothing else to hold on to. You gotta hold on to your faith. And so when you don't have that, that's why people give up so easily, especially nowadays. People get up 1 or 2 or 3 years in, and they give up, and it's like it's gonna get like that. You can't give up.
Yep.
It's
absolutely.
not gonna always be the same. It's gonna be different as the years go by. You guys are gonna be different. Things are gonna be different.
Correct.
God is the same, so that's why you gotta rely on Him first.
For sure, bro. For sure. That was definitely a moment of clarity. That's real words, bro. Real words spoken by you. I can't wait for everything that's to come. And we're just going to continue to move forward and love each other and put God first. That's first and foremost. And that's what I really love and respect about Mo, because that's what she moves by, for sure. And honestly, even though I'm a God-fearing man and also I'm very spiritual, bringing that more into me. And that's why we really work out and coexist how we do now. For real, and we come a long way. So much shout out to both of us. And like I said, we're gonna be further talking about that as well too, once Mo get back on the podcast as well. So we're gonna speak on that. And let's get to it. Another topic we have. All right. the best Spider-Man movies, man. I want us to rank the best Spider-Man movies. This is not a draft. I'm just doing my rank and he's doing his rank. All right. So we can do. I mean, we can go one for one. Like since we just doing the rank, it's not technically a draft. So my brother, he love the MCU. So let's talk about it. And we love superheroes. So what's your number one? Best Spider-Man movies.
Spider-Man movies. It's between Across the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man 2. I think I'm gonna go. Shoot, No Way Home is up there.
And Across the Spider-Verse is the new one that just came out. Okay.
No Way Home is up there. I'm gonna go with. I know that's the top 3 for sure. That's definitely the top 3. So I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Spider-Man 2.
I say Hugh, don't stop playing. Come on now, you were born in '95. Stop playing.
I'm gonna go Spider-Man 2 number 1.
It's funny. You see my Spider-Man 2.
I'm gonna go Across the Spider-Verse at 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go No Way Home at 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Spider-Man 1.
The original.
4. Yeah, Tobey Maguire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Homecoming at 5.
That's a surprise. That's a surprise.
I'm going Homecoming at 5.
Give me one honorable. Give me one honorable mention.
Wait. So wait, I said no. Give me Into the Spider-Verse at 4. I'm sorry. Give me Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes, with Miles Morales.
Yeah, give me Into
the first one, 2018.
Then give me Spider-Man 1 at 5. Homecoming at 6.
Okay, honorable mention. All right, 6.
Not Homecoming. I'm sorry. Far From Home. Far From Home is 6.
So mine's Tobey Maguire. Come on now, I gotta go with the original, but Spider-Man 2. So we agree on that. My second one is Miles Morales. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
We're not done because there's more.
What? I'm gonna say 2. That's my 2. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. My 3 is Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire. People, that's one of the most underrated one. That was with Venom. That was one with Venom, Sandman, and also Green Goblin. That's Spider-Man 3. I don't know. It just hit different for me. Number 4 is the OG Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire again. And my 5th is Tom Holland, Spider-Man No Way Home.
I think 7th, I'm going to go Spider-Man 3. I think 8, I'm going to go Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to go with Amazing Spider-Man at 8. I'm going to go with The Amazing Spider-Man at 8 with Andrew Garfield. Then I'm going to go Homecoming. And then last one, I'm going to go Amazing Spider-Man 2.
And shout out to Andrew Garfield, but just me being
they were good.
Me being honest,
hated on a lot for no reason.
I just
Those
didn't.
Were really good movies.
Yeah, they're good movies. I just didn't like it to the standard of where these Spider-Mans are.
I know.
I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not saying he's not a good Spider-Man, but to the standard where Tobey Maguire put it, and kind of like Tom Holland, it's messed up because Andrew Garfield was kind of like in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the sense of, like, the Amazing Spider-Man, it came at just an awkward time. Yeah, it did. But it came at just an awkward time in regards to, like, even the title. When you title certain things a certain way, too, as well, it's a certain expectation for it. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But
good too.
The Amazing Spider-Man, that's cool for me. But my core 5 and maybe like an honorable mention from what I seen Across the Spider-Verse is fire. Because Across the Spider-Verse, it enters in every verse in regards to every different Spider-Man, and it kind of, even though it's an animation, it kind of goes into Peter Parker's journey from different cultures, ethnicities,
Across
and things.
The Spider-Verse is like that because if you're a Spider-Man fan, you get to see. I mean, you know most of these Spider-Man. If you're a Spider-Man
right,
fan,
facts.
If you grew up on Spider-Man, watching Spider-Man, playing Spider-Man, you know a lot of these Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to see those Spider-Man. You get to see the newer versions of Spider-Man, like the Insomniac Games of Spider-Man is in there. I didn't realize that was Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin was in there.
Yeah, that was tough.
Got to see 2099 as the villain. Not really a villain, but he was the antagonist in the movie for the most part.
And then the original,
Lego Spider-Man,
right?
Freaking the original.
Lego, the
Spectacular
original.
Spider-Man was in there. Like Ultimate Spider-Man. Like you get the. They didn't have Nora in there. The Nora was in the first film, but like, just if you're a fan of Spider-Man, you've seen
you connected
most
with all
of these Spider-Man. So to see all these guys, and the story was dope. Like, there's a lot to unpack. Like, there's discussion that can really be had about it. Like, a lot of people were
correct.
And you haven't finished this. I won't say all of it, but it's like, I'm excited for the next one. But it's top 2. It's for sure. Like, I don't care where you rank it, but that's a top 2 Spider-Man film.
And that's a lot coming from you as well, because you're a Spider-Man fan. So give your list again, so the audience
I
knows.
got Spider-Man 2 and 1. I got Across the Spider-Verse and 2. I got No Way Home and 3. I've got Into the Spider-Verse and 4. And I got Spider-Man 1 and 5.
Okay. And then for me, I have. All right.
This is more of the rest, but that's 5.
For the best Spider-Man movies, I have Spider-Man 2 for my 1. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2. All right. Not with Miles Morales. For my 3rd, I have Spider-Man 3. All right, Tobey Maguire. 4, I have Spider-Man, the OG one. All right, with Tobey Maguire. And 5, I have Spider-Man, No Way Home, Tom Holland.
Spider-Man is special because not every superhero franchise is not only good with movies, TV shows, and games. Some people are
that
just, some guys are just they just got good movies. Their shows suck. Some guys got good movies and their show is good, or they just got good shows and their movies suck.
Correct.
And then maybe it's just them two. It's very rare that you get all 3. Spider-Man is a guy that's got all 3. Spider-Man 2 is the game. That's the top 2 Spider-Man game
Ever.
Because
classic.
That set the precedent for how Spider-Man games should be made. Because before that, there was Spider-Man 1, there was the PS1 Spider-Man, and it was very like, and it maybe it was a technology thing, but it was very like stagnant. Like, and Spider-Man is a very loose character. He swings throughout New York, and that was the first game that actually featured like open world web swinging through New York.
Correct.
And ever since then, if you go look at any Spider-Man game that has come since 2,
After
they're all like this one.
For
they're
sure.
all like that. So Spider-Man 2 is like one of the greatest games ever. That was the precedent that set for Spider-Man.
And I got to get the new one coming out September. That joint look fire.
Of course.
Fire.
But yeah, so it's like it's very rare. I can only think of 2 guys who have been good at all 3. Batman and Spider-Man. I can't think of anyone else who's been good at movies, TV shows, and video games. Wolverine might be close third because he's got a game coming out.
That's
this year
debatable.
Too. He's had some odd games in the past.
And to be fair, they should have made way more X-Men games.
Yeah, but Wolverine, the same people doing Spider-Man, Insomniac, they're doing Wolverine. I don't know if that's this year, but
that joint gonna be 5. That's the case because Spider-Man is lit. I gotta get that.
So if this Wolverine game is like that, then we might be able to say that we can throw Wolverine in there. But it's got to be more than one game. Like Batman has had historically good games. Spider-Man had historically good games.
For sure.
Movies, TV shows.
And this all objective as well too. So let us know y'all top 5
like
best Spider-Man movies.
Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, freaking.
The list goes on. That game,
Spectacular Spider-Man, he was the man.
The gaming.
He had like 3 different girls trying to get at him. Like that Peter was that dude.
And then to your point, the storylines within the game. You know what I'm saying? Actually showing who the character is. That's for sure. So I hope Insomnia, like you said, does Wolverine too. I need that. I need that.
Do a great job on that one.
Sure. All right. And talking about spiders, would you rather? All right. The infamous would you rather. Would you rather be stuck in the room with 100 spiders or 100 bees? I had to think about this one. Most shaking her head. She's shook.
Does it matter the kind of spiders or is it all types of
spiders? I just say 100 spiders or 100 bees.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Oh.
Look here. I hate spiders, but I'm gonna have to say 100 spiders.
I might have to say 100 spiders.
It's no way I'm gonna stand in the room and get stung by 100 bees.
Yeah,
and possibly get stung by 100 bees.
Not only that, all the buzzing would just would destroy me. All the buzzing would that would take me out. That's annoying.
And to be fair, if I'm really malicious, because certain animals you don't want to just kill them, but look here. Crash Bandicoot out here wilding on some spiders. A bee, go ahead and swing at a bee and see what happens. Swing at a bee or try to kill a bee and see what happens.
I think I had to bite the bullet and say 100 spiders.
That's trauma. Mo, you tell us, because this is tough for you. Both of her fears.
Well, I'm allergic to bees, so I'll die. So I would have to pick spiders. But I'm terrified of spiders.
Hugh.
That's a terrible question.
I was all the way here one day. She was at home. And she had seen a spider. She almost had a panic attack. And I'm talking about, like, if you really think about it, not trying to say it like that, there are things to fear, but imagine what they look and see at us. Giants, really, technically. We're giants to them.
Man, some of them things got enough to take out elephants.
That's true though, because you said depending on what spider.
That's what I'm saying, like what spiders are in the room? Like,
that's fair too, because if tarantula, right? Bees are like kind of technically almost.
Tarantulas, I wouldn't feel that bad about because they big and they're furry, but they just bite, and that's about it. Alright, that hurt. Like them other joints bite you one good time.
You see a different red spiders.
You might be gone.
Yeah, facts. So y'all let us know. Would you rather be stuck in a room with 100 spiders or 100 bees? That's a tough question right there. I got 100 spiders, man. 500. All right, another amazing episode of the Faison View podcast, man. Episode 331. Make sure you tune in, like, share, and subscribe at Color Power. Make sure you go get that. And coming soon as well, Hugh. Just to let you know, we got another versus coming up. Me and Morg. All right, Beyonce versus Rihanna.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
All right, I got Rihanna. We're gonna see.
Calling all women to come judge.
Yep. I
am not equipped to judge this.
Nah, facts. Mo, you gotta be there. All right, I'm gonna have some other people there as well too. We need some good judges on this one. All right, no biased opinions in regards to this.
I'm definitely not calling the call.
All right. So let's get it. All right, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Thursday 5 p.m. We out.